63, Chris Walby.
Football gave me everything. Football gave me everything. Your dream of playing in the CFL or playing professional football or getting paid to play a game you love, it changed my life. It really did. It opened a lot of doors.
Chris Walby, number 63, Winnipeg Blue Bombers, 1981 to 1996. Three-time Grey Cup champion. So what was it like to play in a Grey Cup?
It's probably one of the most surreal moments in your life. You finally made it, you're there. 1984 was the first time when we had, I think, a 23-year drought or 22-year drought to being in the game. We go down 17-0 early. I'm thinking, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. And then to come back and win 47-17. It was just fantastic. It's one of those things that you pinch yourself, and then to be able to go and win 2 more. And we were in 11 finals. 11 finals. I mean, it's crazy when you think about that. But the Grey Cup to me is it's the pinnacle. It's the pinnacle of what you work for.
What was the moment that you decided, that's it, I'm done, I'm hanging it up?
Well, that's interesting. 1996, obviously, I was at the end of my 16th year. My last game, which is kind of a sore spot, is the game I played against Alfred Payton. We didn't need to play this game because we were going to the playoffs the following week against Edmonton. My knee was bothering me. It wasn't 100%. I hadn't practiced all week. It was very wonky. He goes, we really like you to play. And so what I did the most idiotic thing I ever did, and probably one of my career, was I shot my knee up. Couldn't feel my knee. Slid out to block Alfred Payton, and I couldn't feel it. When I went to plant, it just buckled. Snapped my ACL. Got carted off. That was my last game. I'm 40 years old and I'm playing this game against a 20-year-old guy. But then CBC called. And they said, there's a small window of opportunity here. It doesn't open all the time, and we'd love you to come in and maybe be a color commentator and work with some of the guys. And I went and did a little hit with the legendary Donald Whitman. And he goes, Chris, you should be doing this.
What was that like to get inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I was excited, ecstatic.
He asked me if I'd ever have a chance to make the Hall of Fame. He was really into football. Well, Dad, we made it.
So in the years before you had lost your father, you talk about that in the speech. Why was that such an emotional moment for you?
Well, I think to me it was important because growing up in a family in the North End, they were not sports oriented. Nobody in the family was into sports except for me. And even growing up, he would always say to me, sports is nothing. You're not going to do nothing in sports. You can't make money in sports. Get a job. It was the thinking at the time, right? When I went down to university and got a scholarship, I think it's the first time that my father went, wow, maybe there's something to this. He's getting an education. He's getting paid to go to school. Maybe there's something here. To have him in the game, to come to games to watch me, and my mother, was a big thing for me.
Now, you were never a stranger to the spotlight, but you actually got to do some acting. So I'm talking about the Chicken Delight commercial.
You gotta eat well, and Chris does a Chicken Delight.
Oh my God, yeah. The things you do back there for free pizza. And that's what it was no money. It was like, we'll give you 10 free extra large pizzas. I was, I'm in. And then they said, would you wear the yellow suit and drive in the convertible? I go, I'm out.
Like 3-piece chicken dinner at the regular low price.
I can't remember what my word was. It's good or something.
Right.
Right, that's right. There you go. How could I mess up? That was one line, for God's sake.
Okay, right, Chris?
Right.
And who's gonna argue with him? Chris Walby.
When I mentioned your name around the city, saying I was going to do this interview, everybody just started smiling. Why do you think that's so great?
When you're hanging around with good people, it's a lot of fun. And everywhere I've ever been, and I've tried to instill this in my children as well. You get more bees with honey than you would vinegar, right? Go out, be an extrovert, but love people and treat them right. Because I really do believe in what goes around comes around. And you may mess up somebody today and be sitting in front of that person interviewing for a job tomorrow. Football gave me everything. It changed my life.